Another conversation I had last week was about warmups, and I was talking to a friend who actually has gotten really big into fitness and everything, and he's been asking me questions, which I love. I love talking to him about it. And we were talking about warm-ups, and he said all of the people who he works with laugh at like when I talk about warm-ups. And I told him, I was like, frankly, I don't really care, because I learned a lot through life that warm-ups are important. The way I want to nuance the conversation about warm-ups within your personal fitness program or exercise is that when you go to watch a professional team, a professional baseball, basketball, football team, they don't go onto the field cold to play. They spend time warming up. Basketball players shooting around before the game starts. You'll see baseball players throwing balls across the field before the game starts. Warm-ups are important components to help prevent injuries. And your warm-up for any exercise program, any kind of fitness, anything you're doing that's gonna be structured and you're actually mapping it out, your warm-up should match that. If you go and you work out and you don't really lift a whole lot of weight and you go and warm up for 5 minutes on a bike or 5 minutes on a treadmill, that's fine. That is completely fine. When you start getting into larger programs of dynamic movement, Olympic lifting, or even powerlifting, your warm-up becomes more important because of the muscles you're utilizing. Warm-up should be specific to whatever activity you're doing. So me personally, I have standard exercises that I use for warm-ups, but depending on what my focus is for the day, those exercises change to accommodate for what I'm doing. The one thing that I pretty much do in every single warm-up, the exercises that I do, jumping jacks, reverse lunges, lateral lunges, 3-position good morning, supine wall slides. Those are staple exercises for anything I'm doing because they help to mitigate some of the injuries I've had personally, so it helps to warm up my body for anything that I'm gonna do. But then depending on if I'm doing squats, I'll probably do half pigeon mobilization, and I'll do elbow to instep with a twist. But if I'm doing Olympic lifts, it may look more like things that are going to prepare myself for an impact for when I'm lifting weights and I have to land. Do things that are gonna open up certain parts. But say I'm doing bench press. My bench press may look like, oh, I'm gonna do some thread the needles, and I'm gonna do some other things that are gonna warm up more of my upper body than my lower body, because that's the main focus. Irrespective of what your warm-up is, it should probably match what you're doing. The more injuries you accumulate, the more important those warm-ups are gonna be, because I've sustained quite a few injuries over my life and they still affect me in day-to-day life. So I want to mitigate as many problems as I'm gonna have, because I'm getting old, and I hurt myself bending over to take a dish out of the dishwasher now. So there's that. Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, later, peace.